You pull out of the lot with the coffee still too hot to hold and one hand on the wheel. The vents push air that hasn't warmed up yet. Low sun cuts across the road and turns every windshield gold. The radio's low, the same turn as every morning. The light up ahead goes green and you roll through. Then, a car runs the light. It catches your rear quarter and spins you half a turn. Glass, no blood. The engine's still running. The other driver's already out, already on his phone, already blaming you. You don't argue. You reach up and tap the dash cam stuck to the windshield. It saw the whole thing. The light was red. The truth is on tape, and the truth is on your side. You file the claim with the footage attached. No adjuster, no argument, no questions. The check covers every dollar and clears in 9 days. You sit looking at it, that was it? You had proof. You said the right words, and nobody ever came to look. That's the last claim you ever file straight. You know Reza, who owns an auto repair shop, through a friend. So you bring the car to him for the door and tell him how the claim went, the footage, the check, nobody ever calling. Reza nods. He's padded repair estimates for 15 years and knows the machine better than the people who run it. He points at an old dent in the back panel, 2 years old.
$1,200 to fix the real damage?
He says.
$2,200 if we add this old dent in. Same crash, same footage, and nobody checks the rest.
You left $1,000 on the table by telling the truth. You don't do that twice. A week later, you find a guy riding your bumper on the 4-lane and tap the brakes until he can't stop. He hits you from behind real, small, and on paper, the rear driver is always at fault. You're out first, a hand on your neck, trading insurance before he's done apologizing. Reza writes the damage up at triple and the check comes back fat. You split it in cash. The dash cam comes off the windshield and into a drawer. The truth is the one thing you can't have on tape anymore. It turns into a rhythm, a different driver every few weeks. And when there's no one to bump, you invent it, whole, a break-in that never happened, a tool set and a laptop you write onto the form. The check's clear. Nobody ever asks. You're a man who rounds up. You tell yourself everyone rounds up. At the kitchen table, Lena's made pasta, and Mia's telling a story about a kid who ate glue, and you're laughing for real, and the car payment is gone, paid in full.
Where's all this coming from?
She asks.
Insurance came through?
You say. That part's even true. Mia steals a meatball off your plate and grins with sauce on her chin. For one night, the table is full and warm and nothing is wrong. The next spring, Reza brings a lawyer to lunch. His name is Sloan, and he doesn't care about dented doors. He talks about a different machine. In this state, every car carries no-fault coverage. $50,000 a person for medical care after a crash, paid no matter whose fault it was.
A sore neck doesn't show on any scan.
Sloan says.
One bad back run right beats 10 of Reza's fenders.
The money comes automatically, no judge, no proof, no questions. Put one body through a clinic for a hurt that doesn't show, and that $50,000 is sitting there for whoever sends the bill. You work it out on a napkin while your food goes cold, you stop hearing the restaurant. But here's the thing. The insurer on the other end posts $11 billion a year and runs an ad about being there for you. It left Reza's cousin in a motel for 3 months after a real fire and called it Review. You're not lifting a wallet off a person. You're reaching into a machine that reaches into everyone and pulling back a little of it. By the time lunch is over, you believe it. That summer, you rent a storefront and turn it into a clinic. A clinic only pays out if a real doctor's name is on the door. So you find Okafor a license, a gambling problem, and a signature he'll sell for a cut. He signs the lease and never reads a chart. Here is how the clinic runs it. The patients are real, the injuries are not. You bill the insurer for 6 weeks of therapy nobody does, on a back that was never hurt. The insurer pays the clinic. You own the clinic. The money lands with you, and all the patient did was show up once and sign. The first patient is you. You clip a guardrail on a back road, walk in holding your neck, and write your own name down for $50,000 against a body that's fine. Then an adjuster named Pierce holds the claim. She isn't looking at the neck. She's looking at you one crash too many in a year. Everyone paid. She wants you to come in and explain yourself. You don't blink. You call Okafor at home on a Sunday.
It's Sunday.
He says.
Sign where I tell you.
You say. You drive the chart to his kitchen and stand over him while he signs a follow-up that never happened. A second patient, so yours doesn't stand alone. Pierce closes the claim. You don't think about her again. She thinks about you, and she opens a file with your name at the top. After that, you take your face off the paper. You stop being the patient. Okafor's name is on the door. Reza brings the strangers, and you sit in the back office and sign nothing you point, and the bodies move through. To both of them, you are a fake name and a phone number, nothing more. The clinic's money runs through companies that aren't yours, and what reaches you as cash you carry by hand. 40 bodies a month, $50,000 apiece, spread thin across 5 clinics and 6 insurers, so no one number ever stands up. You used to round up $1,200. Now you clear most of $1 million a month, and not a dollar of it is wired to your name. You pay off everything you owe in cash, and the house you move the family into sits under the same fake names as the clinics. Not one wall of it is in your real name. Mia gets a room big enough to cartwheel in, and does, over and over, until she's dizzy. For the first time, the money is good. By the second year, you stop finding patients at all. Reza brings them to you. He listens to the police radio all day, and the second a crash comes over it, he's on the phone with the people in it, offering $3,000 to come sit in a clinic for 6 weeks. They come. One of them is Ruth. She's 71. The shots Okafor signs off on leave her hands shaking, but the clinic keeps her booked and the insurer keeps paying. Her name crosses your desk on a bill. You read the number. You read the next number. You don't read the name. 3 states away, Ruth's daughter reads the same bills, and she writes a letter. That letter is what finally moves. It lands at the fraud unit next to Pierce's old file, and an investigator named Diane starts following it back. She doesn't chase the patients. She chases the paper who owns the clinics behind the names and where the money goes after each claim is paid. You feel it before you see it. A man you don't know sits too still in the Flatbush waiting room, watching you instead of the door. You don't wait for the raid. You spend 1 weekend erasing yourself. You clear the cash out of every clinic, burn the phones, pull anything with your prints on it, and leave Okafor's name on every door. By Monday, the clinics are full of files that all stop at Okafor. The raid comes on a Tuesday. They walk Okafor out in cuffs and put 5 clinics on the evening news. Diane does what real investigators do. She follows the money. But it turns to cash, and the trail dies in a bag she will never find. She flips Okafor. She flips Reza. Both hand her the same fake name and a dead phone all either of them ever had of you. They go down for the whole thing, the doctor and the runner both, and neither one can give her the man who owned it. Nothing she finds carries your real name. You watch it from behind your own gate, your coffee going cold, and nobody ever knocks. You got away clean. That's the wrong lesson to take, and you take it anyway. The dashcam's been dark in a drawer for years, you haven't filmed anything true since the first crash, and you've stopped believing paper can ever reach you. For the first time in years, you sleep with the phone off the nightstand, and you take Lena and Mia to the coast and watch Mia run into the water without looking back. You think it's over. Then Sloan calls. Sloan comes over with a bottle and an idea. A hurricane sat on a county down the coast for 2 days, and when the water dropped, it left 200,000 claims in a week, and not enough adjusters in the country to walk them. You buy the wrecked houses for nothing, he says, and you bill the storm for everything. A flooded building is $2 million. A neck was only ever $50,000. Then he tells you the part he never tells you, This isn't the state machine anymore. Disaster money is federal money. The flood program answers to people with badges, not adjusters, and the deeds have names on them.
With the clinic, they had a fake name and cash that vanished.
He says.
With this, you sign your real name to a deed and move real money through a bank. If you're smart, you let this one go.
You're not smart. You're untouchable. You learned that on a Tuesday. You drive down to the county yourself and walk the gutted houses with the water line at your chest. You buy the cheapest of them in cash, and this time, because you have to, you sign. Monday, you wire a deposit on a block of flooded duplexes you will never repair. Wednesday, a contractor you pay in cash writes up storm damage that was there before the storm. Friday, the checks land 6 figures, then 7, then more in a month than the clinics cleared in a year. An adjuster from the flood program walks one of your blocks. You meet him in a hard hat, point out the water lines, and he signs off in an afternoon. You never notice the second man in the car across the street, the one with the long lens on the handshake. You buy the car you always wanted, not for a claim this time, only because you can. You start to think Sloane's warning was for smaller men. Mia's school play is on a Thursday. You sit in the back row in a coat nobody knows you in, nobody but her dad for 90 minutes, watching her forget a line and grin through it. Lena finds your hand in the dark. For one more night, nothing is wrong. Then it turns fast. The federal investigators don't chase patients or padded fenders. They follow the deeds, and the deeds have your name. The one thing that hid you at the clinic, a fake name and cash that left no trail, is the thing the storm made you give up. They knock on a Wednesday morning. 2 of them at the gate, badges up, a warrant with your real name typed across the top. This time, the door is yours, and you open it yourself. They arrest you. Your lawyer repeats a word until it stops sounding like a word. Racketeering, wire fraud, money laundering, federal disaster fraud on top. A loss in the tens of millions. You sit behind a desk you bought with money that was never legally yours, and through the window, across a gated yard, Mia turns cartwheels on a lawn the court is going to take. You kept your name off the clinic and walked away clean. Then the storm made you sign, and your name was on the one paper they needed all along. If you want to see more stories like this one, check out our last video where you crash in the Amazon. Click on it, and we'll see you in the next one.